At the top of this newscast, we told you about the mother of 5 who was fatally shot on her doorstep this morning. Witnesses report a light-colored Ford Taurus driving away from the scene. Police say when they arrived, they found that 40-year-old mother, her body on the front steps of the house. Witnesses say she was returning home and she died at the scene. Now, this case, which is near 56 and Moeller on the northwest side, 4 of the children, ranging in age from 2 to 24, were home at the time. Our police chief, Troy Riggs, joins us now, again reporting on yet another brutal crime in our community. The kids were home, children who've lost their mother. What are investigators doing right now to try to solve this case? Right.
Well, they're trying to figure out where the mom had been earlier in the evening and really following through with that. So if anyone has information, believe me, a lot of our tips that we get, sometimes they're small tips, lead to big arrests. We need people to help us with that. Because this occurred in front of her home, 3 o'clock in the morning, not a lot of witnesses, not a potential for a lot of witnesses. So they're still trying to piece that together. Got a briefing this morning. The detectives are working very hard to try to figure this out. It is so traumatic for the young people that found their mother in this condition. So we'll also be seeing if there's any type of medical assistance they may need as a result as well. Yeah.
When we're talking about hot spots and trying to control criminals and crime in our community, this is not one of them. And,
no, it's not.
But it's not atypical for a murder to occur outside of them.
No, because when we talked about the hot spots, I think some people have forgotten that when we talked about those, we looked at the hot spots and said, where's the greatest degradation of quality of life and where's the highest rates of crime? It's in these areas. But yet, that's 25% of the homicides occur where 4.7% of the population lives. 30% last year. Historically, it's about 25%. So that means about 70 to 80% of the homicides occur in the other parts of the community, and this was unfortunately one last night. We are working right now to put more officers in those areas where we've had our homicides this year, looking at data, trying to respond quickly. We also have a homicide response team that will look at this homicide the next couple of days as a group of local, federal, and state partners really work in conjunction. We do it with all of our homicides now, not just a handful.
And I know you're a numbers guy. You've demonstrated here by rattling off these facts. Where are we trending with homicides this year compared to last? Are we up? Are we down? Are you concerned?
Well, we look at historic data when we look at that back since merger has occurred. And right now we're trending at some of our lowest levels that we've had in the last 7 years. The problem with that is that sometimes people lose sight of the fact that we're still dealing with these huge quality of life issues that lead to homicides. And let's not forget, last year, the last 7 months of the year, there were 100 homicides in the city of Indianapolis. So we can't let our guard down.
You're having a public safety meeting, not a public safety meeting, a meeting at North District meeting at the church on North Meridian Street, North United Methodist Church, 38th and Meridian, tomorrow night, 6 to 7:30. Who do you hope will come out to this meeting? What do you hope to accomplish?
Well, we want residents to show up. We want them to meet their new commanders. We want them to meet the new officers in those areas. We want them to start forging those partnerships. But anyone that's concerned about the safety of this city, and not just talk about crime numbers, but what we can do with social service agencies and nonprofits to help enhance the quality of life. Because we want to be involved in long-term crime prevention, and the way we do that is enhancing quality of life. And I will also add, all 6 of our commanders have already had at minimum 1 community meeting in the first 2 months of our administration. Most of them have had 2 or 3. This is going to be something people see more and more as we continue to engage the community.
Yeah, the message, see something, say something, and if you know anything, call our Crime Stoppers number, 262-TIPS. Troy Riggs, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right.